Hi everybody and welcome to the N Channel video blog, and today what I want to do is compare Klein wire strippers versus NWS wire strippers. Now both of these are amazing tools, but they're extremely different in the way they operate. So let's actually break it down and see who the winner of the shootout is. Now one of the first things I think we should take a look at is how these tools actually operate. Right here, the Klein wire strippers, they are stamped from steel and they have precision ground holes for different wire sizes. And that's why you need 3 of these in order to accommodate what one of these tools can do. Now this tool right here, you set the actual gauge of the wire by moving down this brass thread and then locking in place with the brass knurl. And it's really awesome because now you can get into really unique sizes. Where something like the Klein wire strippers are very dedicated to that size. And you can't really manipulate the tool to accommodate unique sizes. So things like thermocouple wire and instrumentation wire are really going to shine with something like this. Now Klein's really made a versatile tool here, and it has the ability to do multiple things. But one of the features I really like in it is the fact that it's got a locking handle. And what that means to me is when you throw this in your tool bag, you don't have to worry about it actually doing damage to, let's just say, electrically insulated screwdrivers and causing shorts and causing operator harm. So it's a really nice safe feature that they threw in. Next is the fact that you can actually shear bolts on here, and your typical ones that you find in your electrical boxes. Really convenient, really nice feature. Next is the fact they actually got a cable shear. So you can actually shear small cables in there or just cut your regular cables to length. Nice little feature that goes a long way. And the last feature they threw on this wire stripper is grippers, and that's going to actually allow you to pull things through. And because it actually has a slenderer profile, you can actually use this very similar to a pair of needle nose pliers. Now as far as the NWS tool goes, there's not a lot of features in this. It's only really meant for stripping wires. Now the only thing I do like about this in comparison to the Klein is the fact that they're not as bulky. And what that means to me is when you're working in a confined area, this is going to be able to allow you to actually reach in and strip the wires that are already in place. So that's one really convenient feature to this tool. Next is the fact that it's not a dedicated wire stripper for particular sizes. So if you need to manipulate it for a particular wire size that's not exactly standard, this will allow you to do that. And now one feature that really does stand out for this tool is it's actually forged. And what that means is this tool is going to be very robust in comparison to something, let's just say, that's stamped out. So that's going to give this tool longevity in comparison to, let's just say, your standardized Klein. Now the next thing I want to take a look at is the actual ergonomics of the tools. Now this tool right here you use basically pointing, because you really can't hold it this way and strip. Or this one here, you can actually really fit organically into your hand and it strips really nicely. And I find that weird that NWS didn't take this into account, considering they developed probably the most ergonomic pair of linesman pliers I've ever seen in my life. And it's one thing I really do got to give to Klein, is the fact that these are a lot easier to work with. But because of this design, you're actually able to use it in really confined areas. And let's just say a wiring box or a panel where you don't actually have the ability to take out the wire and actually strip it, this tool will shine. Now just comparing the actual comfort of these two handles, these aren't too bad. They have a contour that fits your hand very nicely. But these are just really well developed. They have a very nice feel to them. And the fact that they actually have injected molding to actually make that really comfortable handle is brilliant in comparison to something like this, which is just dipped in PVC twice. Now between these two tools, the Klein are very convenient. I mean, there's a reason why every company has a pair of pliers like these released. Because they work, they're efficient, and they do the job for what we typically do. Where something like this is really good for the outlier situations or really restricted areas. Though I'd recommend you have both. There's no doubt about it. The Klein wins this competition hands down because there is no setup for this. These are going to be ready to go right off the bat. Plus, with these, you actually have to spend time to actually set up and configure, because if you don't, you're going to get marring in your copper because you compress too hard on them. And it's one of those annoying features, but it's not an express tool. Agree or disagree with the results of the competition? Throw it in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourselves a great week.